more confidence. It's been wonderful. So I think I had done CrossFit 9 years before starting this program last year. It was just about a year ago. And for me, I felt like I'd gotten to a point where I felt a little bit stagnant and nothing was quite changing. There are a couple things that I wanted to see for progress that for me, I felt like were probably a little bit connected to my weight. And I can get stronger to a certain extent, but until I alter how much I weigh compared to how strong I am, there are some things that I just thought would be fun to be able to do differently. There's not a contest in life for pull-ups, but I just really wanted to do one. It had just been a thing that I really wanted to do. And then after I had done this program, I was able to do it. And so I knew I was close to that line, but that was kind of it. I just wanted to be able to do something a little bit different than what I had done over all that time. I wanted to feel different when I was running. When you move your body weight and you can see it on a bar, I think it becomes more tangible to say this is the number of pounds that I weigh, and then to recognize that when you take 10 pounds off a bar, when you take 20 pounds off a bar, and having been pregnant 3 times and then not, I know what it feels like to walk up and down the stairs 40 pounds, 60 pounds, 70 pounds heavier with the first one, and then what it feels like when it comes off a little bit. And as I get older and recognize 50s, right around the corner in the next couple months here, and to decide how I want to go into the next decade, it's being thoughtful about understanding that weight has health implications for me. So it's not just about what the number on the scale says, it's about my physical health and what that was about. I didn't have a lot of fears, honestly, going into it. I set a goal to achieve something, and that was part of how I was going to get there. That was a way to get there, to feel healthier. If nothing else, it's always my same fear of failure, right? But then I don't know what I thought failure meant. I didn't spend time to define what I thought that would look like. I just focused on the goal. One thing that I really liked about it was that it felt like you couldn't fail in a day or over the course of a week. It was about it wasn't about passing or failing. It was about understanding the implication of each choice and knowing that it is a choice to eat the ice cream, and I eat the ice cream. But it means when I have tacos, maybe I don't have chips and put them in a tortilla, right? Understanding the difference between what's actually in each of these bits of food and what do I want to eat. And knowing that I can still eat what I want to eat, but then it means I need to make a different choice tomorrow or a different meal during the day. I thought it was great. Some people really like the accountability aspect. And for me, while I thought that was nice and supportive, when I set a goal, I'm pretty good at that accountability piece. One thing I really wanted to get out of it was just new information about nutrition. I know a lot about it, but I figure I can always learn more, and I certainly did. And it was an approach that I hadn't taken before. And so I appreciate having a new approach to, I don't want to say a problem that I've tried to fix before, but a lifestyle that I've tried to set before. And when I found myself looking at the scale every week, right, and I didn't look at it more than once a week, I could tell if I was up or down. There was power that came with understanding why I was up. So even if I was up in weight, I knew why I was there. And that felt very different than the frustration that sometimes comes with, how come I'm just getting heavier? I feel like I'm doing the right thing. Like, well, I could look back and see I didn't do the right thing a few days, and again, that's okay. I know how to do it differently. And so I think I appreciated the power that goes with the knowledge there. I think we all have the same number of minutes in every day. And for me, it was, again, a choice. It was an intention to say, this is important to me, and therefore this is how I choose to use these minutes. I choose to shut Netflix off. And in my case, one of my goals every day was setting a certain number of minutes of reading. And so for me, I made an intentional choice for the TV to go off and the book to come up, and setting those minutes to make sure that I had the list for the food and that I knew how to build the meals in I even forgot what it was called because I don't use it anymore. I just know how to do it now, right? The food tracking. I made a point to say, 30 minutes every week, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna build these meals ahead of time. I know what they're gonna be. So that way, when I'm actually doing the daily tracking, it was actually pretty quick. That wasn't all prepping the food. That was just sort of prepping the technology of it, right, in addition to, right, doing some meal prep. And yes, of course, as we know, and that's just it's always for sure, the meal prep is the way to go, right? It's gotta be intentional. And look, yes, as a busy working parent, I look at everybody's calendar. I look at what we wanna eat. I look at what days I'm there, what days do I have meetings. I look at the weather to see what days we can grill, in which days we can't grill. And then I build a plan from there. I have one day to shop. I have 1 day, 1 hour, and I get it all done. I don't have time to go back. And so for me, making that plan saves the time. I don't go to the grocery store 4 times a week. I go once, and that saves a lot of time. I can do a pull-up. Woo, yay me! I feel better when I move. I don't do a lot of running, but I do walking. And I lost 13 pounds, which to me was not particularly part of my goal, wasn't losing weight, but just that little bit. It's like there's a little edge that I had to get over to be able to do some of these other skills and feel a little bit different at them. And then I kept 9 pounds off. I kept 13 pounds off for a long time. Then I kept 9 pounds off. But again, and those are going back down. But what it is I know what it is, right? And I know what different things I need to do to make that happen. I look at that macaroni and cheese, and I look at the sweet potato I could just microwave, and I know the right answer. But last night I ate the macaroni and cheese because I wanted it. And today I have a sweet potato, right? It will do something a little bit different there. Other specific goals, I appreciated getting to know Eileen better. I appreciated getting to know the staff here a little bit better through that process. It's nice. I appreciate sort of recommitting to this place, that I think it's a place that is very supportive for people. And it's not like the people in the class know in a group setting who's doing this class and who's not, but it's just that support all the time makes it feel like everybody's on your team, which is kind of nice and I appreciate. So I'm gonna project that there have to have been some takeaways for the kids watching this process. And I have 3 teenagers, they're 13, 15, and 17, and 2 boys, 1 girl, and I know they're paying attention. I say controversial things sometimes just to make sure they're listening, because they ignore me and they don't respond, but I know they're listening, so I know that they're watching. And so I would talk out loud. They already think I'm a little bit crazy, so I would talk out loud about what I was doing and why I was doing it. And so I believe some good seeds were planted there about food being fuel, and about not being about calories or about weight, but just about what does my body need, and saying my body needs different things at 49 than your body needs at 15. And one of my sons probably burns 5,000 calories a day, given the number of workouts that he does in a given day. We should be eating different food, our plates should look different. And so I appreciated they got to see that. I would say that I committed to better sleep, and something that helped me was, again, for me, the TV going off and the book coming up. I had pretty aggressive reading goals. And at one point for several weeks, it was 60 minutes of reading every night before bed. I'm a word person, that's what I do for work. And so it was also nice on that front to read something that was just my choice. And I really appreciated that. And because I was doing more exercise and more reading, I slept substantially better than I had before, and I committed to 8 hours of sleep. And I know that seems ludicrous with 3 teenagers, but I am a better person, and that's my oxygen mask was on first, was better food and more sleep, so that I can be fully prepared for their nonsense, which does not end, but I'm better equipped to handle it. I would. I was intentional on when I picked a time in my year to do it. It was a time that I felt like I had some more time for me. And again, didn't just have it, chose it, right? When is a time that I can choose for it to be more about me? And for me, it was just about being a reset button. I felt like I needed to do something different in this program. So now when I go back and do the same motions, they're different for me. I do them differently. My body is behaving in a different manner. And so it really does feel like a whole new set of exercises.